And yeah, you could boom really, really heavily, but yeah, the biggest thing, most important thing is controlling the middle pawns. And okay, this is very interesting. So
This
Nagari,
generation, what the heck?
yeah. So Nagari can spawn in two different ways. Option one is both players have a pond behind their town center. And then the second version of Nagari is instead of having ponds behind your town center, they spawn in the north and the south, away from your town centers.
So
And
these ponts are going to be contested. So there could be a way here for a player to ignore that middle if they take control of both of these other ones.
yeah, that they can do that, but it is a very long walk to
Mm-hmm.
the smaller ponds. And honestly, I think it kind of makes the middle lake even more important with this version of Nagari because you can't build that safe pond like right behind your town center as you were talking about.
Well, LucifroN is going for the one in the north. And I think that's actually a shorter walk than the middle, just because you have to go all the way around the mountains. But
Hmm.
he's going to opt for that. MarineLorD going to go for the one in the middle right away. And it's probably a good thing LucifroN didn't go for the middle, because if he went on this north side, there wouldn't really be enough room for both of them to share. And we might have seen a villager war or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do like this from LucifroN deciding to go on the pond here. And yeah, it's interesting because it is more walking time than if it was behind your town center, but the second smaller pond is also away from your opponent's town center. So as you're saying, LucifroN could potentially build a dock on the north pond and also on the south pond there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we've got LucifroN with a different strategy, different opening for MarineLorD. I wonder if he decides to contest the middle and when he would choose to do so.
I don't think he's gonna do it like for a long time. I think he's just gonna be safe with just booming on his ponds, and then maybe in like H3 if you could sneak a dock and like train demos,
Mm-hmm.
or the H3 warships. But I don't think LucifroN's gonna make a dock in the middle of lake in H2. And yeah, here we go. LucifroN is using a villager to build a dock on the south pond also. So while it's so interesting, like depending on the what version of Nagari you get, it can play out so different.
Yep.
Like now this middle lake, it's really not even that important anymore. Like LucifroN has access to 3 deep fish in the south pond and in the north pond. So it's like they're both just gonna be fish booming.
Yeah. This reminds me of a lot of hybrid maps in AOE2. Very similar strategies. One player going for the big stuff and the other player going for the smaller areas of fish.
And with Abbassids, this synergizes very well with LucifroN's civilization because his docks are only 75 wood. So, it's nice he was able to build one dock in each pond here.
Also, it's not like LucifroN had to invest that much more into the docks because they're half price, right? So both of these docks combined is basically just one. It's not like he had to. It costs that much more wood. Obviously, there is the time for the villager to walk here, but that is the only extra investment that he made. And he'll get double fishing ship production too. So
Yeah, very nice there. So what I'm expecting is LucifroN's gonna age up with the economic wing, and he's gonna drop like 2 or 3 town centers. And with this food income from the fish, like the villagers being cheaper, he's gonna be able to get a lot of villagers out very quickly.
sorry, did you just say that? I spaced out for a moment. I think I just repeated exactly what you just said.
Yeah, that's fine.
It happens from time to time, dude. I apologize.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, no problem. Why were you reading Twitch chat or something?
Yeah. They keep me on my toes. They keep saying I have a skewed camera when it's not skewed at all. So
yeah, Twitch chat is relentless. But here we go. We have MarineLorD aging up to H2, and building a mosque and also the Dome of Faith. I could see MarineLorD going for like a quick H3 potentially, and trying to get a lot of elephants out.
all right. It's going to be a little bit easier with that fishing economy in the middle. Definitely covering the food costs. I mean, they're so expensive, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one reason why Delhi is really good on these water maps because you're right, the elephants are so expensive, but they're also very, very good. And on like regular land maps, it's really hard to get enough food to be able to produce them like regularly and you know just frequently. But with this crazy sea economy, you know you can do that, and then you really see the strength of the elephants.
Yep. There's the landmark for MarineLorD, so he's almost up to age 2. Gonna be a very, I guess LucifroN's gonna be a little bit behind, but it won't be too much of a difference. It's not like they can really put down that much aggression early because the dock is spread out for LucifroN. Then, of course, MarineLorD with the dock in the middle will be up to the second age earlier, so he'll be able to defend.
Yeah, and this map is a really large map, just like the distance, and you also have the cliffs, you know, in the middle lake. So just the distance from like your town center to your opponents is so far that, you know, any military units that you make, it's going to take them quite a long time to get there. So defender's advantage is just like massive on this map. And that's why you often see players play extremely, extremely greedy on this map.
All right, so composition for LucifroN. What does he go for here?
LucifroN, I'm expecting 3 T. Whoa, wait a minute. He's gathering a lot of gold. Okay, he's FCing.
Okay.
LucifroN is going Castle Age, and he's gonna actually like click up almost immediately as once his H2 age up's done. He's like gonna be clicking up to H3s. So it's good to see. Yeah, so he'll be in H3, and I could see a lot of man-at-arms, crossbows, probably a lot of crossbows. But yeah, here's the barracks coming down. So
Dock in the north for MarineLorD.
ooh, okay, getting a little spicy.
Yeah, he's going to contest that. And we look at the amount of fishing ships up there. 9 fishing ships up there from LucifroN. So LucifroN's going to have to be careful, as MarineLorD will have that dock and will be able to kill these fish. And he knows about the dock up there because he scouted it really, really early.
Yeah, and that's going to be so good. Such a big surprise factor. I'm curious if MarineLorD, is he going to train, you know, a Dow and then send it immediately? Or is he going to train like 2?
I think you
then,
train a couple, yeah.
Yeah, and then get the surprise factor, right?
Yeah. He's also done something really nice. He scouted the opposing shoreline with 1 fishing ship of the main pond because he expects LucifroN to do something similar.
Yeah, a little bit of a scout war there. LucifroN scout does go down. And yeah, MarineLorD on his way up to age 3. Or I believe both of them are here.
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
LucifroN, yeah, both of the players are now on their way up to age 3.
with the
And yeah,
culture
we're seeing
wing.
a lot of barracks coming down.
Yeah, 5 barracks. 5 barracks from LucifroN. So he means business with this amount of production. And MarineLorD has not started to make any ships yet.
He's waiting for the Dow, or he's waiting for, yeah, the explosive Dow.
Yep.
He's waiting for a demo.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably the cheapest route to go. Yeah, that's potentially going to be a devastating demo.
Okay, Scout's still being a little bit annoying for MarineLorD. Spearmen are now on the field. I wonder if MarineLorD can see the amount of barracks. He can. He saw 4 barracks, which is going to give him a ton of information on what's coming from LucifroN. Give him some time to prepare.
And yeah, MarineLorD about to be up to age 3, and I'm expecting elephant archers.
Okay.
At least some elephant archers. They're so good. They have a lot of potential to kite.
Were you expecting a
Scholars.
barracks?
He is making a barrack, so yeah, not yet.
And another barracks?
Okay, you know what? He's going for man-at-arms, and he's going to do the forced march ability to be really annoying and just like constantly raid.
Okay. How does he stop the push from LucifroN, though?
Yeah, LucifroN starting to trickle in units, but he's actually only making spearmen at the moment, so... Ooh, is
This
he gonna be,
demo,
like...
dude? This demo is going to be insane.
Yeah, yep, let's watch this.
It's 8 seconds away. Oh,
Yes.
no.
9 fishing boats. That could be a juicy, juicy target.
Oh, he noticed. LucifroN noticed right
The
away.
spread.
How do you pay attention to that? That's crazy. He only gets 3. LucifroN knows now that there's a dock up there for MarineLorD, but the attention paid to that little dock, that was a really good move from LucifroN.
Yeah, really impressive. Immediately noticing, and now he changes direction with his spearmen. But the question is, are the spearmen now going to get demoed? He's spreading them.
You got to spread them out. Yeah.
Yep.
You attack with like groups of 2 on each side, and you should be fine. It's not really worth it for him to use the demo against just 1 spearman at a time. He'll probably just go after the fishing ships once again.
Yeah.
That's worth to take 3 there. Yeah.
Ooh, does get 3 fishing boats.
Meanwhile, spearman from LucifroN trying to deny that relic coming in from MarineLorD. The monk is pretty quick though, or the scholar's pretty quick, so he's going to be outrunning the spearman for now, and he might be able to get that back. Men-at-arms are on the way from MarineLorD to the economy from LucifroN. He actually has another relic coming from the corner. So MarineLorD is taking map control with the military and grabbing the relics because of it.
And MarineLorD, he's not researching Forced March yet, which is surprising to me. I thought he would for sure be trying to prioritize that, but...
Man, he's getting all the relics. There's 2 more at the north that he's going to grab too. I think he'll have every single relic on the map, right?
MarineLorD, yeah, it's so nice. Like, you know, with Delhi, you can make scholars in H2, so he can put them in position for the relics, you know, even before he ages. And he already just has a bunch of priest units anyways.
Yeah, Men-at-Arms still here, still attacking villagers on the gold from LucifroN. LucifroN now countering with Men-at-Arms of his own, and LucifroN has quite a big force up here in the north. He's got 2 mangonels, he's got some Men-at-Arms, some spearmen. He's gonna go capture that, or deny that sacred site, and deny the walls from MarineLorD too. He's trying to buy himself a little bit of extra time. Wallalo!
Yeah, really good reaction time from LucifroN here, and LucifroN with 2 mangonels. Now going ahead and pushing. The Force March ability would be so good for sniping siege, but it isn't in yet, so yeah, this is a little bit of a push. Now adding in a 3rd mangonel, so interesting push here from LucifroN. We'll have to see how much damage he can do with these mangonels.
Waiting to collapse, and MarineLorD still has that scholar with the relic. Maybe he comes in from behind, tries to get a big conversion, but that's not going to happen. It'll be attacked by the infantry from LucifroN, and MarineLorD is just hoping he can build up enough units to finally counterattack against this.
Ooh, and Springolds do snipe one of the mangonels here. Just a single Springold. Now LucifroN seeing that and training or building some Springolds of his own. Man-at-Arm Lord, okay.
Yep.
Ooh,
another mangonel.
Immediately getting sniped.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was a Springold there getting sniped by MarineLorD, and now he's shifting his attention to the mangonels. Oh man, LucifroN forced to dive here against the Springold. All his infantry has taken a lot of hits from the units from MarineLorD, and MarineLorD is of course closer to the production, but LucifroN with more to start out this fight, so I think LucifroN is pushing him back for the time being. LucifroN still with the mangonels alive behind. LucifroN still with the fishing ships. Could this be the push that nets him the series? MarineLorD looks like he'll be able to hold for the time being.
Yeah, MarineLorD's got to be careful with these villagers on the wood line here. Potential big mangonel volleys. One more volley on those villagers building tower and they would go down here.
MarineLorD pulls them away just in time, and he's pulling his whole wood line away. He just keeps falling farther and farther back into his base, and hasn't really been able to counterattack that much on LucifroN's economy, so LucifroN will keep getting the advantage. 67 villagers for him, 57 for MarineLorD. He is running out of units forward here, though.
Yeah, it looks like MarineLorD was pulling some villagers forward. He had a Springald pop out of Siege Workshop and wanted to protect that right away. And it does snipe down one of the mangonels here. Now getting targeted by LucifroN's man-at-arms.
Yeah, the reinforcements were just not there for LucifroN. He didn't make anything for quite a while, and because of it, MarineLorD has kind of been able to stabilize a little bit. He's going to lose another mangonel, and finally more units are on the way. Makes me wonder if there was some sort of counter raid or something going on at LucifroN's base. It didn't look like it, but just fairly slow with the reinforcements.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is, you know, the map size. He did look like he did have a big group kind of coming all at once instead of, you know, slowly trickled. But either way, like, they have such a long distance to cross to get to MarineLorD's base. And MarineLorD gonna back up there.
He did do quite a bit of damage, though, with that first push. And we can look at the villager counts right now. 73 for LucifroN, and we got 57 for MarineLorD. And LucifroN is on the offensive once again. He's just killing that sheep just because, I guess.
And still just on 1 TC, but once the Abbasids get a little bit of stone, and if they could just add in multiple town centers, you know, the villagers being 25 food, it's just so easy to produce so many. But here LucifroN is going in for a push here, and MarineLorD maybe going with the surprise. MarineLorD, the man-arms and the stealth force here.
Yep, and they're going to sneak around the other way. No villagers forward to repair these mangonels. And one of them's going to get sniped by the Springolds, and that's a decent amount of men-at-arms there from MarineLorD. LucifroN, however, still has quite a few of his own and still has this mangonel behind that's going to continue doing damage. LucifroN, at the end of the day, has to retreat. The economy for him is still ahead. And still hasn't done anything about the fishing ships for MarineLorD in the middle. Like, look at the amount of fishing boats in there. Absolutely insane. If LucifroN had made some demos, maybe in the middle area, he could have taken out a big portion of MarineLorD's economy.
And I'm still surprised no elephant archers. But yeah, MarineLorD actually pushing this as one mangonel gets built from LucifroN.
These mangonels are getting pretty good value. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good volley.
Sacred Site in the south for MarineLorD has been captured, and he's using his scholars to good effect, healing up his units. But healing isn't going to be enough against this number of men-at-arms and mangonel behind. LucifroN is just constantly on the offensive here and using his infantry well, creating new siege behind every single push. Just needs to keep them alive against the Springolds. Like, feels like the value MarineLorD's got out of the 1 or 2 Springolds he's made has been really nice so far.
Yeah, LucifroN just keeping up these pushes constantly, these little kind of mini engagements. You know, neither player is dying, but if you just continue to get these small favorable trades, you know, eventually you're gonna just be able to keep pushing into your opponent's base. Even
just a couple men-at-arms going over to that dock to deal with it from MarineLorD would be such a big deal. There's a Bagala on the ocean now, so, or rather lake. So maybe the men-at-arms will be denied, but I would have loved to seen that from LucifroN.
Yeah, and now that MarineLorD, he does have the Forced March ability research, so just, you know, he can cross the map really quickly with them. And, you know, LucifroN has some villagers exposed on far wood lines. I feel like he has a lot of villagers that would be very raidable.
Sacred Site being contested in the south. Going to be pretty hard to take that one back, and LucifroN just keeps pressuring from the north side. It's keeping up the pressure the entire time. MarineLorD only on 71 villagers. LucifroN on 93. Has he added a second TC behind this? No. This is all one TC play.
Yeah, I think both of them. Yeah.
Couple Springolds of his own now to deal with the Springolds from MarineLorD. MarineLorD once again in a situation where he's just building up military, trying to stop this push. He does have 4 relics. So the villager count, I mean, it's a big difference, but 4 relics kind of evens that out a little bit.
Yeah, and here we go. LucifroN going back in for another push here. 3 mangonels and 2 springolds. But it looks like MarineLorD does have the springold lead, so perhaps he can use that. And yeah, it's tough to repair, but if you could use some villagers to try to repair it after each springold shot, that could be quite big.
That mosque is on fire. He's going to need to repair that at some point. It's 21 seconds left on the research. The mosque will survive for long enough to get piety in.
Oh, he's actually repairing it too.
Yep. And he's going for a wall over on the right side.
Ah, very nice. And yeah, look at these. All these villagers are exposed. I think MarineLorD is going to see these villagers. And yeah, there he goes.
So now it's LucifroN's turn to respond to some raids. Luckily, he was already sending units over here, interested in denying that sacred site. So he will have enough to counter this, and he'll push in at the same time. Big battle here in MarineLorD's base. As we see him falling back towards that TC. 3 mangonels here from LucifroN. He needs to keep those alive, and MarineLorD has to avoid getting hit by some big shots from these mangonels. It looks like he's going to snipe 1 of them, 2 of them, all 3 of them go down.
Yeah, very nice job from MarineLorD. I think I was trying to keep an eye on the forced march ability. I'm not sure if he was trying to use it there or not. It's interesting because when you use the forced march ability, it increases their speed significantly, but you cannot attack while that ability is active. And sometimes, even if you click on an enemy unit, it can cancel it. So you have to be really careful, you know, not to like accidentally cancel the forced march ability.
LucifroN at 103 villagers. MarineLorD at 82. Remember, MarineLorD has 4 relics inside of his moss, passively generating income. And a good portion of these villager counts for both players are fishing ships. I want to see them try and focus on water. Sorry about that.
No, that's fun. It's really interesting to see both players just going full man-at-arms. Like, neither one trying to add in crossbows or... Is this the new meta? Like, man-at-arms spam in H3? Like, no knights, no crossbows? Both of them sticking to the man-at-arms.
I like the fact that MarineLorD constantly has scholars near his men-at-arms too. Getting a little bit of extra value, right? Capturing the sacred site again and bringing in this relic. So he's gonna have what, 5 relics now? Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Another battle in the south. Looks like MarineLorD went for an outpost down there. And obviously has the Bagala along the shoreline, so it's really tough for LucifroN to get a counter dock, to get those demo ships up, to try and take out the fish. MarineLorD's going to go for a push of his own, too, in the south. So it's going to start to even up a little bit here as LucifroN goes in from the north and MarineLorD goes in from the south.
Yeah, and this is where Stonewalls could be really good if you could manage to get them up. You know, they can help kind of slow down the push on one side and then perhaps give you an opportunity to, you know, push on the opposite side.
Crossbows now being mixed in from LucifroN. That's going to deal with the infantry really well. He made a keep at the south to defend against this push. LucifroN knew exactly what was coming. And now, okay, this is good for MarineLorD. He's going to take out the dock, too, in the south of the map. And LucifroN doesn't have any villagers nearby. So he will lose access to 18 fishing ships, basically. They're just going to be taking up pop space once this goes down.
Yeah, this is really nice. And yeah, I guess he actually could have went for this earlier. But yeah, this is going to be devastating. It's devastating. 18 idled villas. And it's going to be so hard for them to get another dock up, right?
Big mangonel shots coming in here from MarineLorD. Pushes the force from LucifroN back in the north. He was in a really rough spot a few minutes ago. LucifroN was pushing into his base, but now things are starting to even out a little bit, and that relic gold is really coming into play for him. Able to afford a lot of army. LucifroN retreating in the south and in the north.
Yeah, and MarineLorD, well, actually, both the players are sitting really close to 200 pop, like almost fully maxed. Um, LucifroN on 124 villagers. MarineLorD is on 91, but he's got the 5 relics, which are so good, especially just saving the population, right?
Yep. LucifroN's keep puking out that boiling oil. And he will be able to stop that ram from pushing in. You're saying how he was almost max population. He's going to have to delete those fishing ships in the south. He's got 18 there. And they're basically just taking up pop space at the moment. Actually trying to go for more villagers to make another dock. But MarineLorD is on that with men-at-arms.
Yeah, and the frustrating thing is those fishing boats are all idled. So, you don't know if you have other idle villas because it's showing up as idle, right?
Yeah, you'd have to cycle through 18 of them to get to your other idle villas, yeah.
Yeah. LucifroN splitting the villagers to still try to sneak the dock on the south. Very smart stuff.
Yep. I like this keep as well from MarineLorD. Keeps control over that gold vein there. And he doesn't really have to be worried about gold because he's got 5 relics. But denying it from your opponent is a great play in this situation.
Yeah, I like to see LucifroN not mixing in the crossbows. Like, both of them were on only man-at-arms for a really long time. And, yeah, I was wondering why kind of no crossbows or knights. But you have to be careful there. He doesn't have the numbers. You're going to have to kite here.
Has to be careful at his base, too, that these springolds don't go down. He's Wololoing. It's so disappointing every time, you know?
Yeah, it's quite rare to get a Wololo off, at the high levels, but it is an AoE Wololo, so, like, it's good that it's not super common, right?
Crossbows are doing work behind this for LucifroN, enabling him to push in. He's taking out all but 2 springolds. We have hand cannoneers now from the Delhi player, and MarineLorD once again is being pushed back a little bit. He's forced to go for some archers in the south. He finally did get that keep up, but lost quite a few units. Managed to deny the docks. Or no, I guess LucifroN did get a dock in the south, and he's going for demos to protect
very
it.
Smart. Yeah. And wow, yeah, this is such a back and forth game. Yeah, both players now in H4. I really like mixing in the hand cannoneers now from MarineLorD. And yeah, it's hard to say who's winning right now. And very back and forth.
Where is MarineLorD's economy? He keeps shifting it further and further to the south. Keeps running away from these pushes from LucifroN. Meanwhile, LucifroN at home, even though MarineLorD was pushing in the south, that keep came at the perfect time, and he was never really able to get a successful counterattack.
MarineLorD adding in a second TC. I think that's its first additional town center. I think they're both just on 2 TCs now, but yeah, they're already very high in vill counts. MarineLorD at 98 villagers and LucifroN on 135. So I really like getting a really high vill count on a map like this because it's so large that there's going to constantly be these engagements and like these skirmishes. So it's really good to just have a big bank of res and be able to like constantly train another army.
So is LucifroN walling in MarineLorD now? What's going on with this? He's got walls in the north. MarineLorD's attempting to go for his own stone walls. And LucifroN is going for palisade walls across.
Yeah, it's time for the walls to come down. Both people trying to just get more and more map control, trying to secure the sacred sites. And a little bit of a stall in the action for the moment.
Wow. LucifroN is playing for the long game here. I guess that would be MarineLorD. Going now for all of the ecotechs. Even survival techniques. At this late stage in the game. Let's go.
The free deli techs?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just getting them all in.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, both of these civs, they're both quite strong in the late game in H4 because Yeah, Delhi has got, just getting all the free techs is really good. There's really expensive techs, and the Abbasids, they have a lot of unique techs at the House of Wisdom.
Yep.
And just so many techs that they can get in these like super late like post-int games they're really good for the civilization.
And he's finally cleared up the dock in the middle, but alas, there is another dock. There will be another. And it's in the south. So MarineLorD doesn't care about the dock in the middle. LucifroN thinking that he's done some good work there. 30 minutes into the game, but MarineLorD has a backup plan. And he'll be able to deal with that.
Yeah, now he goes to the new deep fish that are never touched.
Yep.
And yeah, he's got to keep pretty close by, so yeah, very good stuff from MarineLorD there.
Got a cannon in the south too. Right beside that keep, and I believe he got the early emplacements there for that keep. I saw a cannonball, I think, coming out of this keep earlier. MarineLorD.
And I really like seeing the stone walls knocking them down. MarineLorD adding in the stone walls to try to close off the left section of the map. And LucifroN is really low on gold. He has a lot of goes on gold, though. He did secure some more gold mines. And I think that will be a big point, is we're getting into like this post-imp point in the game. And we may start seeing gold mines run out on the map, and who can control the gold mines.
You do have a trade post that you can trade with, but the problem is your traders are taking up population space, right? If your opponent has relics and has a bank full of gold, they can allocate more of their pop towards military. Big fight here in the south.
And the hand cannoneers in the back of the fight just, supplying so much damage there, not being touched.
And so are the crossbows a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Clearing up the infantry, and now suddenly there's no infantry at all for MarineLorD. And we're going to have the crossbows firing directly onto the hand cannons from him. It's a little bit of a stalemate as the bombard from LucifroN runs away. It's going to get sniped down. Bombard from MarineLorD is still alive. Seems like they're really fighting over this one gold vein.
Yeah, yep. There's another one kind of behind that LucifroN has protected a bit. There's still quite a bit of gold on the map, so yeah, there'll be something to pay attention to as we progress. But at the moment, I think they're both okay on gold. And MarineLorD maxed at 200 pop. Trying to push on the left, trying to push on the right here.
The KD is so even in this game. Oh my goodness. It's just been a back and forth affair the entire time.
Oh, he's got 5 demos in the south pond. Perhaps a little bit of an overkill there.
Yeah, I was wondering, honestly, I was wondering why he had so many, considering that he only has 2 fishing ships collecting food, but to each his own, I suppose.
And LucifroN trying to push in here, but we have the bombards, right next to the keep, a couple springholds there, even in the tower, so LucifroN is pushing in a bit here, but he's gonna have to back up eventually.
Look in the north, though. That's the only gold that LucifroN is taking, I think, right now. And MarineLorD has been harassing it. He does have a keep there, so he should be fine. Oh yeah, the other 2. Oh my god. I was like, where are those arrows coming from? Oh my goodness, he's taking this gold seriously. For sure.
And not trying to secure that sacred site too, just to get that gold gen. The no population gold triple.
Yep. Sacred site at the top, and of course there's that sacred site at the bottom that he could theoretically take. It's going to be really tough. I mean, the one at the top, you can secure. You got 3 keeps near there. Maybe you can hold on to it. The one at the bottom is going to be the difficult one. It's kind of out in the open. There's a keep from your opponent. You can just flood military down there. It's going to be really tough for you to hold that for the timer.
And we do have some bombards here from MarineLorD at the 3 keep location. Trying to start pushing those keeps.
Completely alone, though.
Yeah.
Nothing to support those whatsoever. He's just going for a sneaky attack. and hoping he can get away with it. And it looks like he's going to take down one keep. Another one might follow if LucifroN doesn't notice. He's a little bit busy on the bottom side, clearing up a lot of men-at-arms. But MarineLorD at the top still doing damage, and he might take a second keep. LucifroN is sending villagers now. He should be able to defend this.
I would like to see LucifroN prioritizing some of his House of Wisdom techs a little bit more. But at this, I mean, he doesn't have a huge bank of res, but it would have been nice to get some of those nice bonuses earlier.
Where is this House of Wisdom? Oh, there it is.
Like the last one, improved processing.
Yep.
The bottom left, it increases villagers' drop-off rate of plus 8% for all resources.
It's expensive though. 700 gold when you're struggling for gold.
Yep.
Is an issue. And MarineLorD has managed to defend these bombards. He's going to push back this other keep. At the south, LucifroN is coming in again with yet another bombard cannon, or bombard. But LucifroN has, or sorry, MarineLorD has one of his own. So he's going to be able to deal with this. And it feels like MarineLorD is going to be pushing on both sides, whereas LucifroN is just struggling to hold on. And MarineLorD has 5 relics versus none from the opposite player.
Yeah, I think that's one of the key things in this game. Letting your opponent get 5 relics, obviously, not going to help you.
Is he adding in trade? I don't see it yet. Oh. The income per minute for gold is going to start falling off big time for LucifroN.
Yeah, LucifroN finishing up that last gold mine. He does.
Well, he does have one in the south.
Yeah, he's going to push there, though. But yeah, if you can try, he's going to have to try to secure that.
It's going to it right now. He has the crossbows, but now 2 bombards here for MarineLorD pushing that keep. The other keep in the north is being pushed. The bombards are refocusing on that. He's left them a little bit exposed, so LucifroN can push back and take those out. But a lot of villagers going down there. Villager count for LucifroN at only 92 currently. MarineLorD sitting at 119, and he's fully pop capped. The keep in the south does go down. So now he can get in there and raid a little bit. And he's actually adding another keep a little bit further forward along that gold vein in the south. Raiding more in the north too. It seems inevitable, doesn't it?
Yeah, MarineLorD's starting to pull ahead here. And yeah, has been a very back and forth game, but LucifroN's economy is starting to fall off a bit here. Yeah, the 94 vills, and yeah, this gold mine, he's putting all these villagers
There's
on
no
this
keep
gold
there.
mine, but
There's no keep there anymore. There's nothing to protect it. There's no military, no keep, nothing. And another keep from MarineLorD right on top of the gold. He knows his win condition. Deprive your enemy from gold. They won't even have enough to make trade at this point.
yeah, and LucifroN's trying to drop a keep here by the stone mine, but yeah, just really struggling here. His economy's really taking a hit, only at 147 total population, and MarineLorD's staying steady at like max 200 pop, just consistently here.
And there it is.
And there it is.
What a series. 5 games back and forth. LucifroN, I felt like he was ahead in age 3 in this match. You know, he was ahead in fishing ships and villagers and army count and momentum, but he let MarineLorD get those relics, and MarineLorD played the long game.
Yeah, that was really well played by both of them. Yeah, LucifroN, he was having those pushes, right? With like the Mangonels, the Man-at-Arms, the Springholds. He was doing those pushes like constantly for like a few minutes straight. And it looked like he was gonna pull ahead and you know, finish off MarineLorD for a while, but MarineLorD just able to stay in it.
Do you think that's a different game if LucifroN kills the docks while he's in that position? The dock in the middle?
Yeah, for sure. But it would be tough because MarineLorD could just build a dock on the opposite side.
Yep.
So like you would have to control both sides, which I think would be very tough.